Back to Let's Play Secret of Evermore on the MysteriousJG. And we have just fought our way past Verminator, the king of the rats. And somehow I got through an entire video where we fought Verminator and never said, "Hey, that's pretty heavy score," or "I got the big one." Vermin, folks. From the Warriors. Well, this place is just like the other castle and not quite as clean. Apparently he's been affected with the vermin disease. Halt! Stop! Wait! Who are you? What do you want? I'm Ray Chesney. This is my dog, Tina Medea. I've overcome my vermin sickness. We've been sent here by the Queen of Ivor Tower. She wants us to open the drawbridge. That imposter sent you here, and she wants you to open our drawbridge. I'm becoming German. Oh, this won't do. We can't have this. Please, I implore you, before you do anything, rush, come with me. There is someone that you must meet. Oh, the non-imposter queen? Since the one we've met is pretty clearly evil. You know, if there is a king, I wonder how the king got fooled. Well, that's right, we saw the king, or somebody that we figured was the king, watching crazy, weird puppets performing a bizarre play. What do you call them? When they get the marionettes, the strings, and the please follow these stairs and speak to Her Highness. Her Hiney? I'm not controlling this, by the way. Queen Bluegarden of the Psychic Companions Network? What are you doing here? Have we met? Yeah, in Ivor Tower, don't you remember? You were dressed differently and evil. Man, she looks like when she's going sideways, like her lips are all perched out and weird. She's a strange looking. But anyway, this is what Fat Princess all grown up, basically. Oh, you met the imposter, my evil twin. Wow, this is like what happens in the two Dr. Ids. Or just the two doctors. Do you think the Androgon are going to show up pretty soon? We found evil twins everywhere. Evil twins everywhere! Hold the line! First it was Fire Eyes, Elizabeth, and her evil twin, then Horace, and now you. Elizabeth, Horace, you've met the others. Are you from Podunk too? Yes. And you were part of an experiment in the mansion on the hill? Oh, the house on Haunted Hill. Maybe I should watch that Rift Tracks again. Yes. And something went terribly wrong? Yes. Yes. And I've been stuck here ever since. It hasn't been that bad until a few months ago, anyway. That's when my twin appeared, locked me in the dungeon, and took my place. And it just makes me sort of purse my lips. I like her haircut, though. Then she presented the king with a hypnotic puppet show, which sent him into a trance. Ah, so she does have a king for herself in her little fantasy realm. So Fire Eyes is too young for that kind of thing, and Horace, we don't really know what his real life situation was, but he did not come up with a love life for himself in his dream world. But looks like Bluegarden gave herself a king, even if he's just kind of a generic old man NPC. With a king in his couch potato state, the imposter could scheme right under his nose. Oh, see, this is sad. She seems like somebody who probably reads Harlequin novels. And she created a world with a lover for herself, and yet he still turned into a typical husband of somebody who reads Harlequin novels, who just hangs around watching TV and doesn't get on with their husbandly duties. And by the time I got out of the dungeon, she had moved the kingdom across the ravine. Now only a few of us remain in Ebonkeep. The dog is asleep. The dog does not care. Come on, Tina Medina. Bad dog. Come along, Tina. She sent us here to open that drawbridge so that her troops could clear out the castle. But that's not good at all. If it's only a matter of time before she storms in here with or without your help. Listen, kid, I think that Tinker can help you get back to Podunk. What about you. But first, you're going to have to get rid of that imposter. We'll batten down the hatches here, and we'll go back to the castle and set things straight before she can cross over. Crossing the bar. That sounds like a good idea, but it isn't. If you need my help out in the field, you can call me by using one of your ball beams. Before you leave, make sure that you talk to Tinker in the chamber to the east. He'll be able to help you in your journey. Thanks, Queen Bluegarden. Please call me Camellia. And she lifts up her... Oh, that's fun. She lifts up her skirts to walk around. Yeah, Queen Bluegarden, no body shaming here, folks, but she's not the traditional RPG princess or queen to be rescued. She's a little bit more realistic in one sense. So she has shield, plague, hypnotize. Help me, I'm hypnotized. Letterman reference. And shockwave. Shockwave, I'm here to guard Cybertron. We also have Flare, Heatwave, Storm, Life Spark. I haven't used any of this at all. Regenerate, Time Warp. Let's do the Time Warp again. First Aid, and Confound. So yeah, really not using these. I might need to start throwing these around near the end of the game. And the path to where the puppet show would be performed is blocked in this castle. Wow, what cool windows. The pictures seem almost alive. It must be a trick of the light. What is it, Tina Medea? What's wrong? Yeah, this just seems silly here. These are low-end enemies for this point in the game. See, I direct hit and it still makes it miss. Which gives more material to that guy who's like denying climate change and getting into like the History Channel's like weird version of World War II history where Germany should have won because they had advanced technology. Well, the guy didn't say that, but yeah, it's this weird thing. People get obsessed with the fact that the Nazis had super technology, and it's a lot of comic book fiction is based on it. But like some of the stuff they developed, like rockets and jets, the Allies all had that stuff in the pipeline, but they weren't rushing stuff out without like doing the normal testing because they weren't losing a war that was going to destroy the government. So like, you know, the English were working on a jet engine, they just didn't feel the need to like bypass all the normal R&D protocols and just rush stuff out into production. Anyway. Phew, those guys were a pain in the glass. Good one, friend. And then he even does like a yeah! Hello again, friend. Did you know that Germany is ahead of the rest of the world in technology? In fact, we should have won World War II. I trusted my little security measure in the hall didn't give you much trouble. So you're responsible. It's like, yes, I knew you were coming to see me, so I made sure that you had to fight deadly monsters. I've been introduced myself. My name is Tinka Tinderbox. I guess you could just have a more generic wacky professor voice, but generic wacky professors in cartoons tend to sound German anyway because of... Basically, it's the enduring legacy of every cartoon scientist who is making fun of Werner von Braun. So Werner von Braun goes on TV in like the 50s and 60s and has a German accent and is a renowned rocket scientist. And cartoons have all rocket scientists speaking with German accents, and it persists forever. Although this is now feeding back into the dialogue about what the Germans were technologically ahead of the rest of the world, and I didn't mean to get into this wormhole. I'm trying to play an RPG here. I deal with scientific matters, mechanical inventions, alchemy formulas. I trust that the Queen has told you about our imposter in Eiffel Tower. Yeah, we've been encountering evil twins ever since we left Podunk. It's probably an evil twin version of my dog somewhere. I probably is. Oh, you're from the same place that our queen hails from. Yeah, there's an abandoned mansion just outside of town. Tina Medina chased a cat into the old place and I followed him. That's a boy? The cat wasn't there anymore, but we did find a strange old machine in an old laboratory. Oh, the cat is here. It's evil. It's the evil twin of your dog. The machine zapped us into TV land. The machine zapped us to another lab that looked a lot like the old one. Only this lab was in some sort of space station. There were two people there. One was the scientist, Dr. Ruffleberg. Why are you telling him all this? You have never mentioned any of this before. The other one looked like it might have been his butler. I'm not really sure what happened after that. You'd have to go back to the first video of the series to find out. But we ended up on Evermore. And we've been here ever since. Evermore ever since? I see what you did there. I think I know of this place in space that you speak of. I've seen it through my telescope. If you want to go back to Podunk, you'll probably find the way up there. And I think I know how you can get there too. But first, we have the matter of hand of the imposter. No, forget the imposter. Just get me to space and I'll get out of here and leave you guys to be destroyed by the evil imposters. The Queen wants us to go back to Ivor Tower and stop her twin from causing more trouble. That sounds like a good idea. The imposter is scheming something at this very moment. Take a look, it's in a book. Reading a rainbow. I can do anything. She's a robot, evil queen. I have orders from above, Rodeo. No, she sounds like the queen. I have orders from above, Rodeo. We have to find a device that produces a special kind of energy. It is somewhere in the kingdom, but there is no specific information as to its whereabouts. My superior has ordered me to do whatever it takes to find it. You mean the king? Oh wow, that's a controversial statement, suggesting that the king is somehow the superior of the evil fake queen. Even if we must tear the kingdom apart, piece by piece. Don't I belong to the other kingdom? Or the Republic? But your citizens, won't the citizens be But your highness, won't the citizens be suspicious? I'll deal with those cretins when the time comes. Now let's find the device. It's a magical device. It's a magical dorg. Well, she's mean. She's gonna take care of the citizens. And I don't think she means like, a nice way. Yes, she has to be dealt with in a hurry. Crossing the checkpoint would not be a good idea at this point, but troops would be expecting it. Yeah, so what? It'd be like Chrono Trigger troops, let's fight them off. We haven't really fought any troops in this game. We have fought like the town NPCs in that like Crustacea area. We were able to fight as enemies in other zones, but I recommend that you go to the north and visit my brother Gomi. He'll help you. Go through the dungeon to the Suba and then out. You'll find the blocked passage to the north. You can clear that passage with my axe. You'll find it in my treasure chest. Would you like to purchase ingredients? So he sells brimstone by the seashore. Would you like me to record your progress? Yeah, let's record our progress at the end game. We haven't done that since our dog transformed. Come back after you dispatch the imposter. I'll help you return to that space place. Space is the place. Yeah, reincarnation doesn't have to be. We're counting on you to go to Evil Tower and fight the imposter. Go through this dungeon sewer to get out. You'll find a barrier that can be knocked down with the Night Basher. Go north from there, you'll find your way to my brother Gomi. He can help you the rest of the way. Of course, Gomi's none too bright. Would you like to purchase ingredients? No. Of course, that's if you come back. So I guess we did, we got the Night Basher for defeating that boss. Or we didn't. So wait, you told me to use the Night Basher, but I don't have the Night Basher. But we do have the slow burn formula, which is not as good, from what I've read, as firepower, so we're not going to bother with it. One requires 1 part iron and 1 part brimstone. Heavy. Oh, that's right. He said the treasure chest has the Night Basher in it. And it's radioactive. It's glowing green. Okay, so we pretty much automatically equip it. Found the explosion formula, or if you're Doctor in Dark, the explosion formula. Destroys barriers. It says here that the formula requires 2 parts ethanol, 1 part ash. I'd better stock up. And that's another spell. There's like a couple of spells you get near the end that are just pure attack spells, and firepower is supposed to be kind of the most cost-effective. There's several different spells that if you level them all the way up to 9, or you level them all the way up to level 9, they're going to do the maximum damage on an enemy. So I'm thinking this is a place we can land the airship when the game gives us an airship, although the game gives us an airship when the game's almost over. It's one of those games that sort of, you travel through like 90% of the map before you first get the option to return to any place you've been. I guess in fairness, Paladin's Quest works the same way. You've got a lot of the game cleared before you get the ability to fly around. So there is some exploring we want to do here before we leave, because we went straight up to this tower while under plot control. And we didn't really get to look around the rest of this zone. But there's at least one person we want to talk to, and this is very much an area where if it weren't for the fact I wouldn't know that it's worth talking to this guy. But if you come here through the dining halls and whatnot, you can find a guy. Hi, I'm Narcissus, the smartest boy in Heaven Keep. I bet you're not as smart as me. Guess a number of marbles in my hand and I'll give you something. What's your guess? Wrong. Oh, wait, what? Oh. I meant to save first. Oh, shoot. I meant to save first. I screwed that up. Hold on. Can I still find this kid? Just to show you what happens. Oh no, this is too far back. I guess we'll do all the dialogue again. Without me doing voices, and we'll just go back. Because I was supposed to say, yeah, but if you get a 50-50 chance at guessing correctly what the right answer is for this his little question, and if you I'll just let Tina Medina do it. See how much danger we were in there. Frame skipping and letting Tina Medina take care of the enemies. Totally valid. Okay. So now we're pretty much back. And if you meet that kid and you talk to him and you have no idea that a 50-50 chance question is coming up, and that if you get the answer wrong, you will have no opportunity whatsoever to talk to him again, and you can't back out of asking the question, then how the hell, I mean, it's just, how easy is it for you to never be able to get whatever this reward is? So you'd think, well, the reward's probably not that important, right? Well, let's talk to this kid. it won't let you back out, because if you back out, you're just automatically wrong. So what if you get it right? Or do you always get it wrong? And it even changes which number they were. That time it was 6 and 4. There's no puzzle to this. You just have a 50-50 chance of getting it right. And we get the super heal formula, which restores both heroes' HPs. Now again, if you level up your heal formula all the way, super heal doesn't really make that big of a difference. But yeah, it is considered one of the most powerful spells in the game. It always levels you up fully. Or always heals you up fully. And you don't have to level up at all. I mean, you're not as smart as me. Right now I'm working on a formula to age things. I'll explain how it works. You probably would understand. Would you like to equip one or equip your spells? Maybe later. And that's it. You can't... This spell you get from this kid, if you answer that 50-50 question correctly... how would you know? You wouldn't know that it's coming. You would just see an NPC walking around and try to talk to him, and there's a 50-50 chance you permanently lose your ability to get the most powerful healing spell in the game. He said not to cross the chessboard because the Queen's troops are probably waiting for us. But here's the chessboard, so what happens if I just ignore his advice and just try to cross it? Because we're certainly coming at a different place than... This is different from before. Oh, if this takes me to the Dark Forest, I'll just probably load state and ignore it, but... Hey, I actually managed to kill one of them. See, I'm awesome at video games! I'm the best! I have enough skill to play this game because I just killed that one guy. Yeah, it's taking us to the Forest, so... I have the skill necessary, but not the intelligence to avoid going into this thing when I don't need to do it. Now I have to... He did not have 9 marbles in his hand. Zero seems like a trick. But it was 0! Now we're just going to have to scum our way through this again and then save immediately. Because I didn't anticipate needing to load again. Jeez! Are we sure it's 50-50? It's just like the freaking Citadel DLC in Mass Effect 3. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, I got the freaking spell now. And he says that I'm too stupid to understand his awesome spells that he's working on to age things. So I'm going to save, and we are going to do what we were told, which is to... I'm just looking to see if there's any cool NPCs to talk to. I think that was it, and I think that kid is kind of a secret because just finding the kid is vaguely secret because you wouldn't necessarily bother to look around this zone. Found a call bead. And luckily this whole area here, there's no way to get to the super annoying section with the, like, the big maze of, the maze of air ducts and stuff is not in this castle. So let's go back to the sewers. However we go about getting there. One of these caves will lead to the sewer maze that we used to get here. Oh wait. Thought I heard that something happening with this door. Maybe you could use the axe to break the bunch of barrels that they lined up, but that does not appear to be the case. Here we go. So somewhere in this maze there will be a way out that wasn't there before. It's already looking pretty good in that direction. What I like about this maze is that it doesn't have actual poison sewage making all of your travel a super big pain in the butt. It may be that there's more stuff we should be exploring here. I think we can always come back if we wanted to. This takes us back to the forest, but luckily we can head out this way instead of going through the entire forest maze again. And that takes us to this bridge into a whole new exciting zone, which is very reminiscent of the first act in Bugmuck Swamp. Actually, not Bugmuck Swamp. There was a different swampy zone that looked like this. Bugmuck Swamp was the one that you faced Thrax, I guess. The nice thing is, with our awesome new armor, these enemies do like no damage to us. Unfortunately, I don't do enough damage to them to get any kills before my dog finishes everything off. But if I'm going to level up this axe, I'll do it off screen. I mean, I'll fight with it for right now, but... I found some ash. Ooh. Yikes. So it's kind of an interesting little level design. Some kind of crazy... found some ethanol in this statue of a guy who... I believe that's the big bad of the game that we haven't seen in a very long time and we'll get reacquainted with later. It keeps killing everything before I can kill it. 3 acorns. There's a long way to go just for those 3 acorns. We can't advance from here, and I'm thinking we can't advance from here. These guys take so many freaking hits to kill, unless you're the dog fully charging up. Would you pick up the frickin'... Now we're trapped here because he doesn't want to pick up the, what... Yeah, we're seriously trapped. Okay, because the treasure didn't want to get picked up. Like, I kept swinging an axe instead of picking up the enemy drop, and the enemy drop therefore obstructed us from continuing the level. Very silly. Very cool, guys. Very cool. Sorry, I'm watching the Nerd Crew. It's a YouTube thing. It's a parody of various geek culture things. Yeah, it's hilarious. Parody of the stuff and the thing. Sound now like I'm being sarcastic and I don't like it. I like it. The freaking dragon guys annoy the hell out of me. Why would I vomit? I didn't mean to fall back down there. I didn't think it would just let me do that. the main entrance? Oh shit, it is. So I reset everything. I was kind of hoping I could, like, just start climbing a different tower or something. Like, how do I get down a level there? There was a door. I gradually lose health until the point where I actually need to heal again. And the dog keeps killing the weak enemies and leaving the more annoying and powerful enemies. Well, it kills them too. Alright guys, calling it a video. When we come back, we will continue to explore whatever this place is actually called. I'm not sure what this place is called, but we're going to explore it. I'm MysteriousJG. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.